Hey there, welcome to my channel. This is my first time ever doing voiceover. Spent quite a bit of time trying to figure out how to, even get it to work in Ableton. And, today I wanted to share a bit of my process in sort of a slower format than I usually would. I'm used to kind of just chucking shorts out here and there, but I don't really ever do any long form videos, so I figured why not? The little bit that you see here on the screen at the moment is me setting up and preparing to do some thumbnails. I'm trying to get better about doing more thumbnails. I traditionally haven't done a lot of thumbnails when I work on commissions. Often I will sort of sketch things and then resketch it until I'm happy with it, which I guess in a way is kind of thumbnailing, but this time I'm actually making like a concerted effort. I for this commission I was given not a lot of guidelines because this is for a friend of mine who generally trusts me to surprise them with stuff. And the little bit that they did give me was that this character, his name is Esbern, that he is shy, a little bit awkward, but overall kind of happy. And so I was trying to keep that sort of vibe going. And you can kind of see me start to work with poses that I feel give off that shy, awkward, but kind of happy vibe. Lot of sort of guarded posture. Arms kept kind of close to give that feeling that Esbern kind of keeps to himself and holds a lot of his vulnerability inward and internalizes things, because that's kind of the sort of gist I get of the character. And so I'm kind of expanding with each thumbnail on that sort of vibe. And the first few I like, but I feel like they don't quite have as much personality as they could. I think I started to really get there with that fourth one, where he's kind of like leaning on the back of a chair and sorry, kind of looking off to the side. And after that, I started to get to where I was starting to kind of channel my creativity a little more. I've noticed that like the more thumbnails I tend to do, that's why you have the little 10 squares there, because I told myself I wanted to do 10 and really force myself out of my comfort zone and really think about how I wanted to pose this character, how I wanted to tackle the composition. There's not going to be a background. It's just kind of a half-body portrait sort of uh, commission. And so most of my focus is sort of on the shapes that the body makes and the pose sort of gives. And a lot of that is going to dictate my rendering and um, the light source and such, because I tend to kind of wing it a lot of the time. I don't often mentally spend a lot of energy thinking about the light source. I tend to pick a direction for the shadows, and I guess that's kind of thinking of a light source, but like there's there's generally just kind of making one happen. um, I'm so sorry. I am really nervous. I feel a little silly talking into a microphone, staring at my computer. um, New to this whole YouTube thing. Um, I've always been kind of self-conscious about my voice, so um, working on that. Recording at like 5 a.m. so no one hears me. um, One of the little details that my friend had included in the commission information was that this character, Esbern, keeps a little journal where he puts some of his pressed flowers that he has found during his travels. And so I did a couple little mock-ups where he's kind of interacting with that journal as I was starting to kind of branch out into more creative thinking. Um, I'm actually kind of really thinking about that one where it's kind of that perspective from up above, and he's got his journal open, and um, he's kind of holding it in his lap. And the next one afterwards, I was thinking about how, like, with his awkward demeanor, how he would react if, say, someone found him looking at his journal. And maybe he's, like, clasping it shut and kind of pulling it away from the viewer as a sort of, oh no, don't look at me. I'm, you know, being vulnerable. And I am a very shy, awkward person myself, so I can kind of put myself into characters like this and really think about their motivations, their reactions, etc. And kind of come up with poses a little easier. I would say that like confident or like angry characters are a lot harder for me. Um, because I'm not very confident and I'm very passive. But yeah. And then the third sort of journal related um sketch was sort of him having found a new flower to press in the pages and um deciding to put it in there. And it's cute, but it's not quite the vibe I was going for. Um, the wow, I say and like I'm so sorry. I tried to tried to revisit the first sketch with the very last one because I was kind of out of ideas, to be perfectly honest. But it came off a little too silly and jovial and not quite what I was after. But yeah, there's a first part of my process. Um, if you want to see more stuff like this, it'd be really, really cool if you could leave a comment, tell me what you think, ask me questions. I love answering questions, especially if it's art related. I can talk forever. Don't let my awkwardness in this video um, uh, wow, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, like and subscribe if you want to see more stuff or ask me some questions. Check out my shorts. I've got a few. Not a lot. I'm really bad about remembering to record stuff, but I'm really trying because I would really like to get into doing YouTube and share my art journey because I feel like it's something that's always evolving, always moving, always kind of changing because I'm always trying to learn new things and experiment with stuff and work on my style. So, yeah, if you have any art questions or stuff you want to see, let me know. I think that'd be really cool. I tend to read every comment, tend to reply to every comment, so good chance you could get a reply from me. Anyways, you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for checking me out. Gray out.